Welcome to War 8 of Season 23. Still trying to go for that Deathless season. Maybe win a card if I can pull it off. I'm going to start off with the same card, though, that I got from last season. That Taters love. Start off with my standard Path 9 here in Section 1. My team's a little bit different, you can tell. I've got a few more fights and a little bit more fun, as you can tell from the thumbnail. This Domino, I've never fought this node, ever. So that'll be fun. And then here in Section 2, I'm on Path 2. Pretty easy fights. Nothing too fancy there. Just the combo rate stuff, or the strike counter stuff, and then the Incinerate Mini, as usual. So going into this first fight, I've said it before, Arcus on here is pretty much just a potion eater. You just kind of wanted to limit your damage that you take and try to keep him from throwing a special 3 if possible. And, just don't get hit. I get hit. I, do a bad dash back at a bad time. I'll see that. But still, this fight will be pretty quick. It's really, this is just Arcus. Yeah, I just dilly. That's all there is to say that. But, this fight's almost over. So, like I said, it's just a potion eater. It's really easy with Captain Marvel movie or rulk. It's also to prevent someone just being sent down this path with Ghost, I guess, as well. So, going into this next fight, it's Black Widow Deadly Origin. I haven't fought her in forever, and normally I do it with Doom because he's shock immune. So I know off of her SB1 she'll get the evade charge, and if she evades you, then she'll shock you, and it's just not a fun time. So pretty much my thought on this fight was, all right, let's just do our best to keep her from throwing specials. And with the power rate to 1 bar thing, then it after she's at a bar, there's very little chance, like even if I hit her all the way, that I'd be able to get her all the way to 3 bars. So just trying to keep her from throwing specials. I do pull off a few reparries here. I looked for a duel for her, but I didn't find one, unfortunately, because I was going to try to figure out how reliable reparrying is of her, but there was no duel, so I couldn't practice that, unfortunately. And I do think dueling is a bit underrated for champs that you're trying to figure out, will this work or won't it? And but it's no big deal. I pretty much knew all I needed to know about her as in an overall fight strategy, and that's pretty much try to keep her from throwing specials. If she does throw a special one, then just wait till the evade charge goes away. You can see here the Incinerate's just putting in work, and that's pretty much all there is to that fight. It's takes a little bit of time because of the physical resistance, but rulk still powers right through it. What was it, 50 hit? 44 hits, so still a really simple fight. Checking my boost, and I'm going to go ahead and throw on my next boost because I kind of forgot to do it before. I am taking that Domino with Mysterio again, so going with all the boosts while I wait for Clown here on Path 8 to clear that Annihilus. I do drop Dexterity, and you'll see what happens with that. Because on this node 22 with it's called Power Snack, anytime you trigger a buff on yourself, then you give them a half a bar of power. And I was trying to type Dex off, just a little reminder to myself. Kind of sitting here twiddling my thumbs for a bit and looking at the chat like, hey, where'd that go? Because as you can see, I'm out of energy, but Clown's going to move up for me so I can get to that Domino. And so I probably should have cut this part out, but I thought it'd be a little bit faster. So there it is. There, it's over. So now I'm just waiting on him to move, and then we'll get into this fight. And I took that Domino on Path 7 with the Powerful from Afar and Spite, and I would say that's actually a tougher fight than this one because, the powerful from afar. But this one, you take Dex off, and Mysterio has no natural buffs that he gains, no fury, no power gain, nothing like that. His armor up is passive. All the effects from his specials is passive. So, I go with all the boosts just because I'm still not comfortable with them. But after this fight, I'm pretty comfortable, and I don't really think you need all that many boosts. This fight is much easier than the past 7 powerful from afar one. There's almost no chance that I'm going to push her to special 3 accidentally. You can see I try to time my combos a little bit to keep her from going lucky right as I do anything. And that first one, you saw me try to evade the SB1. And I'm like, I don't know what happened. What am I forgetting? So I'm like, all right, just shake it off. Maybe I just mistimed it, something, I've got the power drains on. Everything's looking good. There I blocked it, and I'm just like, all right. So I'm like, all right, now we're looking good. Okay, so here I'm gonna evade again. Oh crud! This is where I remembered you took off Dex. This isn't like the SP2 where you can just outrange it and it's no big deal, you dummy. So twice I tried to Dex that SB1 and twice I ate it to the face. So I'm like, oh crud. All right, you're fine. You have enough health to finish this fight off. You're not going to do the degen damage stuff, so calm down. This fight, if I wouldn't have done those 2 Dexes, would have just rinsed right through her. Like, Mysterio is a fantastic counter, and he might be underrated overall as a power control champ, especially with the power back boost and the having suicides. He hits hard enough where if you get 1 or 2 crits off of that SB2, you can push yourself pretty close to another special 2. So it's really impressive. I'm not even going to talk about that fight. It's just a diversity play on strike counter. So it's like, that wasn't a big deal. So, hey, Winning. I used to play with him. So, hey, Winning, if you're watching this, I beat the crap out of you. Going into this fight, I've done this fight before. I forget when. I think it was last season, and I went back and rewatched it. And one thing about this fight is there's 2 ways you can do it. You can either try to do the whole strike combat power rate thing, with the proper measurements of your medium, your lights, and your heavies, or you can just parry heavy. And well, I went into this fight and I was just like, you know what? I'm having a good season. I haven't died yet. So if I die to this one because, it's just the wrong strategy, oh well. So I decided I'm just going to parry heavy. That's it. I'm not going to worry about specials, nothing. Just parry heavy. And as you can see here, I'm not going to get to 20 heavies. As you can tell by his counter, I'm at 10 right now, and he's at 30% health. So yeah, the way to fight this fight is just parry heavy and just let that do the damage. I did keep gaining power here, I think, though, occasionally, which confused me. And I'm wondering if Magneto's magnetism can occasionally turn it off or something, so I could still gain power despite everything. So I'm not really too sure on that one. It'd take more practice and tries to see what happens. So here we are with the final fight. Node 49, Dragonman. I've done this fight before. I've died to this fight before. It can go extremely poorly or it can go great. And so, in the past, I'd pretty much just worry about, smashing through, getting to a special 3 as quickly as possible. So if he does throw a special 3, I can throw my special 3 immediately, and that will allow me to better manage the fight. There I made a mistake. I should have let the last hit of that special 1 hit me, but not a big deal. This fight's going better than I think I've ever had a fight with Dragonman go at this point. And here's where I'm like, I don't know what I want to do, because I have a special 3, and then I got backed into the corner, and I was like, well, that decided that. The bad part is I know this is going to push him to a special 3 or pretty close. So after that, I'm just like, all right, just lay off a block. You know, you don't want to trigger the stubborn global and have your incinerate damage, go away, because he's pretty low right now. So I will get hit here, and it's pretty much intentionally, because I can't block. If I dex, I'm going to trigger stubborn. But I did not realize how much damage I would be taking. So I kind of threw off a SP1 there, and I probably should have died there, but I got lucky. But it was going so well, I really didn't know what to do. And so that I might have to think about that fight some more. So there we go into the stats. 35-0 overall for the season. Haven't died. 39.32 true difficulty rating. 3.77 solo rate bonus, 43.9 power rating, and still 6th in the BG and 12th overall. So I'm kind of steady in those positions. So hopefully I can have another big war like I had on this one, because 6 fights, that's obviously more than I'm normally getting. And despite how badly I played that Mysterio versus Domino fight, I think he's got a lot more viability for war than I realized, and I don't think you need that much of boost to really help him. You might have to remove dex for some fights on like spite or power snack or various things, but he's looking pretty good. So I guess that's all for this one. We won. We beat Omni. It was a kind of a fun war with everyone we know from both sides, with Seaton, Hector, Legacy, BG, and then all the other lesser YouTubers like Lizer, Taters, Vega, me, Hinach, Celise. There's probably a few I'm forgetting, but y'all have a good one.